What is up, everybody, and welcome into a special stream tonight. The NFL schedules have officially been released. You've been talking about it all afternoon, and we can't wait to break it down for you. We are here to make sure that you know everything that there is to know about the Falcons' upcoming season. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. It was just released, 17-game, 18-week schedule. There you see it on your screen. Week 1, that was released about an hour or so ago. It is an NFC South division rivalry against the Saints in the Benz, which would be great. Then they go to the West Coast for a little NFC West. We have the Rams, the Seahawks. Then we have week 4, we have the Browns. Week 5, the Bucks back into division play. Then we get week 6, the 49ers, followed by the Bengals, the Panthers. There's also a prime matchup in here, which would be the Panthers on November 10th. We have the Bears, which is Justin Fields coming home, the Commanders, the Steelers, the Saints, the Ravens, and then wrapping up the Cardinals and the Buccaneers. So this is an epic schedule. There's a lot to break down here, and I have two very high-level guests to join me in studio. One in studio, one not. Michael Rothstein, the Falcons beat reporter for ESPN, is here in studio. Thank you for joining me.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
It is a great day of the year to have you on. And also on Zoom, we've got Aaron Freeman from Locked On Falcons. Aaron, appreciate you as always. You guys, thanks for being here. Let's start with the overall thoughts of this schedule. What do you think? Aaron Freeman, you're first.
It's a tough schedule. I think the strength of schedule based off of last year's record says, the Falcons have the 9th hardest schedule going into 2022. We'll see how teams, win-loss records this season affects that. But it is a tough slate of games, particularly to start the season. You got the division rival in the Saints, then you got the defending Super Bowl champions in the Rams. You got the Bucks in October, the 49ers, the Super Bowl loser in the Bengals later that month. So it's going to be a tough start for the Falcons this year.
I think so too. And, Michael and I were just talking about this before we even got on camera, that the beginning of the schedule looks like a very hefty one. I mean, it's a gauntlet when you start with the Saints right off the bat and then you go out to the West Coast. Rothstein, you're of the same belief, kind of, that it is a difficult schedule in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a difficult schedule in the beginning, in the middle, at the end, based off of the roster that they have and the fact that we don't know whether Marcus Mariota or Desmond Ridder will be the quarterback from week to week at this point, or even in week 1. Everything is going to be difficult. But yeah, you look at that schedule. Week 2, you go to the Rams. That's really hard. Seattle's probably one of the more winnable games on this schedule, I think. But you have to go to Seattle. You have to go across the country, although the fact that they have back-to-back West Coast games, perhaps they do what other teams have done in the past. They stay out on the West Coast. That could make life a little bit easier for them in week 3. But after that, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Cincinnati, that's a rough stretch where you look at it, and if you can win 2 games in that first 6 or 7 games part of that I think that's actually pretty good, which probably Falcons fans don't want to hear, but it's just the reality of what they're dealing with in their rebuilding transition, whatever type of word that Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot want to use for it.
Which is not rebuilding, right? That's what I learned over the last couple of weeks, but I think it's a rebuild, so that's that. I've already said it. This is a very difficult schedule. They get the AFC North, they get the NFC West. These are 2 divisions that are loaded from top to bottom.